Hello and welcome back. We've been looking at computations regarding mixed numbers or mixed fractions. In this particular one, we would continue where we left off. We would be looking at mixed numbers with respect to subtraction, the operation subtractions. Under one of the strategies, direct mixed approach. Okay, so in the direct mixed approach, what are we saying? We are saying that we know this is suitable in a case where all the steps, the first and the second step, will give you positive values, and that there are nothing to borrow. Don't forget the operation that we are considering here is subtraction. Okay, and a lot of unique things happen. So we seems to say a little more on this, and the goal here is to reveal the logic. And if the logic is there, you are more confident in what you're doing. And then you feel good about yourself, and therefore what? The success is guaranteed. It's guaranteed, yes. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So quickly, let's see what we can do. So what I want to do is to rewrite it so I can mess it up, okay? So I have my 3, 1 over 2. I have to subtract 2, 1 over 4. How do we go about that? That's not really difficult. We said what? In the first step, we have to get what? The fraction part. All right, so I'm going to get the fraction part. That's what the first step is saying. And the fraction parts are nothing but what? 1 over 2. And I have to subtract what? 1 over 4. Take note. We have already justified where the subtractions are coming from, so we are free to use it now. So you are working on basis of understanding, and that is knowledge. Okay? So seek that part of logics to things, and that just increases your ability to do things right, because you are acting from confidence. So quickly, enough said. One thing we said we can do here is just what? I can use that strategy where we are working with the products. The bottom will be what? 2 times 4. What am I getting on this side is 1 times 2. Can't believe I changed. This is actually subtraction. All right. Well, take note, those things happen. And here I'm doing what? 1 times 4. Okay. Can I do better than that? Sure. I can do better than that. What am I getting? The bottom will give me what? 8. So what am I getting at the top? Subtraction again. This side will give me 2. This side will give me 4. Can I do better than that? Sure. I'll get what? The bottom is not changing, so the top will give me 2. I have 4 in there, and if I went and borrowed 2 out of the 4, or take away 2, I'm left with what? 2. All right. Is this the best form we can leave it in? No. This is the same as what? 2 times 1, and the bottom is the same as 2 times 4. So if I eliminate the special one, I am actually left with what? That. So this is equal to what? 1 over 4. Let's box that. Okay, hope that helped a little bit. There are so many ways to get there. I just hope that helped a little bit. Okay, now let's move on. The other part is saying that what? Go grab your whole numbers. See, just grabbing the whole numbers. I'm not going with any sign. Just grab the whole numbers. All right, so this is my second what step. My second step is saying that after you grab the whole numbers, solve them. So I have 3 minus what? 2. What also is unique is that you see that the minus, as we have seen, we are using them. I have 3 in there. If I take away 2, then I'm left with what? 1. So that's the answer. And that one is yours. It's positive. Okay? Are we done? Not at all. The third step is saying that bring them together. Okay? That's third step. Step number 3. But it's saying that the way and manner in which we bring them is very important. It's important that we understand it as what? The whole part is added to what? The fraction part. And if we do this correctly, guess what? The result will become what? 1 whole, 1 over 4. Yes. But this is not just coming by putting the 1 there and attaching the 4 to it. It's by processing this part. I keep emphasizing that because we will be getting there and we'll see the relevance of all that we are saying. So can we double check that quickly? So let's check what that is. So I have 1 plus what? 1 over 4. Well, I can rewrite that as what? 4 over 4. That is the 1. Because if I take this 1 here, I can rewrite it as what? 4 over 4. Using what? Special 1. So I have 4 over 4 plus 1 over 4. The bottoms are the same, therefore write 1. And then you do the first plus the second. And that will give you 5 over what? 4. Now, if I ask you how many times will 4 go into 5, you tell me 1. Remainder is 1. And is this 1 that is coming, the remainder 1 that is coming out of what? Giving us the fraction. So, yes, we process this. 4 over 4. The bottoms are the same. We write down 1. We process the top first plus the second. And guess what? Because of this operation. So we are just following with what we have. 5 at the top, 4 at the bottom. 4 goes into 5, 1 remainder 1. 1 out of 4 is coming. So if I rewrite this part, I'm getting 1 whole number, 1 out of 4. Over 4. Okay? And that is the same as what we have here. So if I ask the question, if I'm given 3, 1 over 2, and I have to subtract 2, 1 over 4, what am I getting? I am getting what? 1, 1 over what? 4. And we hope that helped a little bit, okay? So that is about what we are working on. All right. So enough on that. Quickly, we look at the guarantee aspect. So what do we have here? In the guarantee approach, we are asked to what? Subtract 2 over 4 from, we are doing 2 over 4 minus 3, 1 over 4. In other sense, 3, 1 over 4 from what? 2 over 4. Okay? Whichever way you want to say it is great. But the most important thing also is that the improper case here, the top is greater than the bottom. So once you achieve that, you're fine. All right? But I really picked this example because I want to make a statement. Okay? So work with me here. I want to rewrite this. Yeah, just let me rewrite this. Hopefully this will do it. Okay, yeah. So we got 2 over 4 minus 3, 1 over 4. Right? Okay. What I want to do here is actually approach that in 2 ways. So I'm going to, as usual, divide this page into 2. On one side, I want us to look at what? The guaranteed part alongside with the direct mixed version, okay? The guaranteed improper approach. And here I want to do the mixed by direct mixed approach. Okay. I will start with this so we can actually appreciate why we do the things we do. What are we giving? 2 over 4. We have to subtract 3, 1 over 4. Not bad. It says take this, and what do? Work that first. And that tells you what? 2 over 4 minus 1 over 4. Can we do better? Absolutely. The bottom is the same. First minus the second. That will give me what? 1. And that 1 is positive. So we are done with that part. What do we have here? Take this and this. So I come here, and that is my second instruction. It says process that. So I have 2 minus what? 3. What am I getting? Well, the minus is going with 3. So one way to look at it is that, okay, this is positive here. Okay. So if I borrow 3 and I went back home, I found only 2. And I gave that out, I'm still in a depth of 1. So this will be minus 1. The third step is saying that bring them together. It says you are not done. unless you're able to what? Bring them together under the operation what? Addition. So I have -1. The third step is saying I should have what? -1, and I have to add what? 1/4. This is where the challenge is. And only the one with the right comprehension on these things would be able to do it. It's very easy to go from here and say this is equal to what? -1/4. And that is an error. It's not true. When you write something like this, okay, when you write something like this, it's not true, but we'll come back there. It's actually an error. And the reason why it is an error is that when you write something like this, it implies I'm just talking about the one in the box, in the green box there. What you are implying is that the negative is not going with the 1. The negative in this form, the negative is not going with the 1. The negative is going with the entire thing here. So another way to look at it is that you are writing what? -1/4. And when you process this using the shortcut, this will be equal to what? Negative this times this plus this. So that will be what? 4 plus 1, which will be 5. So it's going to be 5/4. This is what you are rewriting. You see? So the error just becomes hidden within your computation, and you can't even realize it because what? We need the time to process the understanding. This is what you mean. And it's not what this is saying, because when you process this, something else would happen, and that is what we want to investigate. So let's pretend that this is the case so far, but we said what? It's not. All right? And we want to verify that. The best way to make the case and give you some understanding and appreciation of why you do things the way you have to do things in a very unique manner is to go back and then look at the guarantee approach. We call it the guarantee approach because we said it always works. No question about that. So I'm going to go there to justify what I'm doing, if my method or the strategy makes sense, okay? So you be careful what you do there. So when it's minus, when the whole number results into minus, you gotta be unique in descending what that means, okay? So quickly, let me go there. If I take this, what am I doing? It says I can write it as what? The bottom will be 4. I'll have what? 4 multiplied 2. And the result, I should add what? 2. If I take this one, what does it say I should do? The bottom is 4. 4 multiplied 3. The result, I should add what? 1. Can I do better than that? Sure. If I continue going, this will give me 8 plus what? 2. So I get what? 10 over 4. We just don't want to cut steps. So let me go here and continue to write again 10 over 4. When I come here, what am I getting? The bottom is not changing. So the top will be 12 plus 1, which will be 13. So I have 12 plus 1 over 4. I know that if I go on, this will give me what? 13 over what? 4. Okay. Now, have we touched the minus? No, we didn't touch it in any way, so we can drop it. So I'm going to drop the subtraction sign. Okay? And now I can move on. The bottoms are the same, so what do? I can what? Write down 1. And what am I getting here? Is 10 minus what? 13. If I do that, I have minus 3 at the top. The bottom is not changing, so this is what I get. Well, I can rewrite this as what? Minus 3 over 4. Affecting all. Or it goes with the top. Sometimes it goes with the bottom. It depends on what you want to do, but it affects this. Okay? They can both share it. All right. With that logic too. So look at what we are getting in both cases. Here we are getting what? We went from here. We went from here to here. You see? And we are saying that the meaning of this, if you process it, this is what you're getting. So this is it's very wrong. Look at what we have here. Okay? So with that said, the understanding comes from what? The way these things are being brought together. So when you are using this method, You got to be careful. Make sure you are armed with the correct understanding before you even start. Okay, so it is in the process of this that produce this answer. And what we want to do is to always what? Check or process it, right? So what are we doing when we come there? The minus 1 could be written as what? Minus 4 over 4. And that will give me minus 1. I can do that. I'm allowed to do that using the rules of special 1. Now I want to add what? 1 over 4. What is that going to give me? The bottom is the same. The top will be what? Minus what? 4 plus 1. And in this case, guess what we are getting? The top becomes what? I borrow more than I have, so I have what? Negative. I'll still be in debt. Negative 3 over what? 4. And we can rewrite this as negative 3 over 4, where they both share it. Okay? So you see, here we've been able to what? Process that unique understanding and getting what? Those two to be the same. So you see the answer we got here and the answer we got here are the same. Okay? And if you look at this, there is a unique way to interpret it. So either way you interpret it, you can get it correct. And that means that what? When you have the whole number bearing some of the minor signs, you have to be very careful when you are going with a direct approach. So what can we say? When confused, what to do? Go the guaranteed improper way. All right? So anytime you are confused, just go the guaranteed improper way and life is easy. I hope this video is long enough and has given you some understanding and appreciation of why we do the things we do. Like we said, we focus on the logic of things, and that is where knowledge comes from, because it deepens your understanding. So I hope this helped you do your computations in a very unique manner. Play this video over and over till you get it. And let me hear your feedback. See how you're doing, okay? I'm on this journey supporting you through the process. All right. Have a good one and continue to enjoy. So look for the next video. Bye.